Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Fog of War 19 by Colleen Bridges. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. Black dots separate cells in the ratio of 1 to 2. So these are known as black Kropke dots. So for example, say this was a 2 here, then this would have to be 1 or 4 to maintain the 1 to 2 ratio that's between them. And that's how black Kropke dots works. We have 2 of the numbers in a cage must add to the third number in a cage. So these are not typical cages. I don't see the cages here. But basically 2 of the digits, so every cage probably then is 3 cells. So 2 of the cells in the cage must add up to the third number digit in the cage. So keep that in mind. These are not killer cages. These are different cages. I don't even know if there's a name for them, but actually I don't think I've ever seen this rule. So this is an interesting mix on that. We have cells on a green German whisper line must differ by at least 5. Adjacent cells on a green German whisper line must differ by at least 5. So I normally call them whisper 5 lines. So for an example, if this were say a 3, this digit would have to be 8 or 9 because the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3 are 8 and 9. And I call them again whisper 5 lines because a setter came up with that name and I thought it was a very cool idea because it makes it very easily extendable. So you could have whisper 4 lines, whisper 6 lines, whisper 3 lines, etc., etc. But no, when I say whisper 5 lines, it's the same thing as a German whisper line. So that's how whisper 5 lines work. We have 4 numbers in a circle must be assigned to the 4 surrounding cells. So these are known as quad circles. We don't have an example, but you're not necessarily guaranteed that you have four digits in them, but from the rules, it sounds like they're guaranteed to have 4 digits in those quad circles. So they will basically be on a corner, and any digits around that quad circle, or if you have 4 digits in the quad circle, they must be in the 4 cells that surround the quad circle. Numbers on the outside of the grid are x sums, where the first number next to the sum in that column indicates how many of that column sum to the number outside. For example, so we don't have a 14 anywhere. A 14 outside the grid with a 3 next to it means that the first 3 numbers in that column sum to 14. Okay, well, yeah, I guess they're just columns here, huh? So say we had a 14 here, and this was a 3, then the first 3 digits in that direction, starting from the clue, must sum to 14. So you could have something like 3, 5, and 6, adding up to 14. So this would satisfy the 14 if there was a 14 outside of this column here. And that's an example of how these x sums work. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link. Oh, it doesn't say anything about fog of war. So I don't know if it's dynamic fog of war or typical fog of war or standard fog of war. I don't even know if it's called typical or standard. Yeah, so I don't know how this will necessarily work for the fog of war, but you should not have to guess to be able to solve this puzzle. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay. I want to start off, well, I'm going to have to start up with this middle box. 5 can never be on a whisper 5 line. And the reason why is if you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. If you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, which are not digits. So therefore, you know 5 can never be on a whisper 5 line. 5 can also not be next to a black Kropki dot in normal Sudoku, because if you have 5, you get 2.5 there. Or if you double 5, you get 10, neither of which are digits. So 5 in the central box cannot be on the whisper 5 line, so it can't be here. It cannot be next to a black Kropki dot, so it can't be there. Whereas the 5, it must be here. Okay. We also know we have one digit which is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2 other unique digits. The only possible combinations could be 2 with 1 and 4, or 4 with 2 and 8. So this must be 2 or 4 here. We also know on a whisper 5 line, you'll always alternate between the low digits, which are 1 through 4, and the high digits, which are 6 through 9. And the reason why you know that is just look at what digits can be next to a low digit. Next to a low digit, which are 1, which can be next to 6 through 9. 2 can be next to 7 through 9. 3 can be next to 8 or 9. 4 can only be next to 9, all of which are high digits. So next to a low digit must be a high digit, and it works the same way for high digits. 6 can only be next to 1. 7 can be next to 1 or 2. 8 can be next to 1 through 3. And 9 can be next to 1 through 4, all of which are low digits. So since this is guaranteed to be 2 or 4, it's a low, which makes this high. So you'll always alternate between low and high digits, right? Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, and high. Well, this has to be a low. This must be a low. We have 4 highs accounted for in the central box, which means we cannot have another high. So this has to be low here. So if this is 4, this has to be 2. Actually, this cannot be 2 between 1 and 4 because those are both low. So this must be 4 here, and this must be 8 here. Therefore, this is 2 to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. That leaves these digits as 1 and 3. 1 can be next to 2 in a 1 to 2 ratio. 3 can be next to 6 in a 1 to 3 ratio. This is low here. To add up to 40, it must be the first 7 digits or 8 digits in the column, right? You cannot have 6 digits ever adding up to 40. 6 unique digits, I should say, adding up to 40. This 4 means this has to be 9 next to it. So this is 9. That leaves the remaining digits as 6 or 7 in the box. That can be next to 1 or 2 here. Actually, it has to be next to... So this digit is next to both 6 and 7. The only digit which can be next to 6 and 7 is 1. So this is 1 here. These are in a 1 and 2 ratio. And it cannot be 1 and 2. This can't be 3 or 8. So this could be 2, 4, or 6 here. 2 could be next to 4 because it can't have a 1 there because of 1 in the row. 4 can be next to 2 or 8, and 6 could be next to 3. These are in a 1 to 2 ratio, but we don't have really many restrictions there. To add up to 19, has to be at least 3 digits, but if it's only 3, that would be 3 and 1. And that would be 4, which means the last digit would have to add up to 19 minus 4, which is 15, which doesn't work, obviously, because it's not a digit. Cannot be 4 because of 4 in the column. And you can't have 6 digits ever adding up to 19, because the minimum for 6 digits is 1 through 6. So this has to be a 5 here. So this is 5, which means to add up to 40 here, it has to exclude the 5 and just the 5. So this is 8. That means the first 5 digits add up to 19. We have 10 here, 5, 1, and 4. So that means these two digits must add up to 9, because 19 minus 10 is 9. So this is a low. Remaining digits in this column are 2, 7, 3, and 6. 7 cannot be next to a black Kropke dot, because if you have 7, you get 3.5. If you double 7, you get 14, neither of which are digits. So if this were 3 and 6, this would have to be 7 and that 2. If this were 2 and 7, then both of these could be 3, 6. But the problem with that is, so if this is 2, 7, this would have to be 3 and 6. But then 3 and 6 can only be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 3 and 6. And this 3, 6 pair would eliminate 3 and 6 from being that. So that doesn't work. So this cannot be 2 and 7 here. It must be 3 and 6. So this is 3, this is 6, that's 7. 6 can only be next to 1 on a whisper 5 line. So this is 1. That means this can't be 1. This is 3, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 6. 3 and 6 can't be here. It's 2. Therefore, that forces this to be 7 there. This can't be 6 anymore, so this must be 4, 2 and 4, or 4 and 8, which means a guaranteed 4 is there. 2 must be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 1 or 4. The 3 digits in the cage, it's either 8, 1 with 9, so that's possible, or they add up to 8, which would have to be 3 and 5. So then this would be 5, and that's 3. So those are the possibilities, right? 1, 8 adding up to 9, or 3, 5 adding up to 8. Cannot be 1, 7, cannot be 2, 6. 8 to add up to another digit must specifically add up to 9. And so those are the possibilities. To add up to 20 has to be at least 3 digits, but it could be 4 or 5, because you can have adding up to 20 with 5 digits. You cannot have it with 6, because the minimum of 6 digits added up together is 1 through 6, which is 21. To add up to 25 has to be 4, 5, or 6 here. To add up to 8, it's 2 or 3. To add up to 22 has to be, cannot be 3, because 3, 8, and 9 only add up to 20 at most. So it's 4, and it cannot be 6. If it were 6, the problem is 6 digits with a 6 never adds up to 22. 1 through 6 adds up to 21. And if you try to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, that adds up to 23. So you can never have 6 digits with the 6 adding up to 22. So this has to be 4 here then, which makes this 1 to 2 ratio with this digit. Cannot be 2 because of 2 in the column. So this must be 8. So the first 4 digits here add up to 22. Remaining digits here cannot be, you cannot have a 3 here. You can't have, obviously, 2, 8, and 6 here. So that, if you have a 3 here, that forces this to be 6, which eliminates, because we have a 6 in the row, is not possible. So this could be 1 or 4 here. That's in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2 and 8. Because 5, 7, and 9 can't be, so 7 can't be here because of 7 in the box. 5 and 9, 5 we already detailed. 9 cannot be next to a black crop key dot because if you have that, you get 4.5. If you double that, you get 18, neither of which are digits. So therefore, we know this is a 1-4 pair, which eliminates 1 and 4 in the rest of the box. This cannot be 1. It's 3, so it must be 3 and 5, adding up to 8. This can't be 3 or 5. It's 4 now. This can't be 3. It's 2. So to add up to 8 here, it must be 2 and 6. 4 eliminates 4 in the rest of the column. Therefore, we have 2 and 8 here, which must be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 4. This has to be 9 as the remaining digit in this box. Remaining digits in column 4 are 2 and 7. The remaining digits in column 6 are 6 and 9. We have to have this can't be 4 or 5 because of 4 or 5 in the row, so that's 6 there. Around this quad must be a 2 and a 9. Well, they can't be here, so they must be here, and this can't be 9 because it's not next to ever a black crop key dot. So this has to be 9 here, which makes that a 2 there. That leaves this as a 3-4 pair surrounding this quad. 3, 4 as a pair eliminates 4 here. So this is 1, which makes that 4. For this black crop key dot, you can't have 6, so this cannot be 3, 6 as a pair. And this digit specifically cannot be 2, 4, or 8. So you can't have 2, 4, 8, 3, or 6 here. The only remaining digit possible next to the black crop key dot then would be 1, which makes this 1 in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2. These digits must add up to this one, or this with another digit adds up to this one. What are the remaining digits in row 1? We have 1, 7, and 9. But 9 cannot be either of these digits because of the 9 in the box. So therefore, where is the 9 in row 1? It must be here. And 1 and 6 add up to 7. But we have a 1-7 pair here. So therefore, this can never be 1 or 7. So this can never be 6, 7, and 1 here. Therefore, this must be 1 and 5 adding up to 6, which makes this a 7. That leaves this as an 8. Remaining digits in row 2 are 7 and 8. Remaining digits in row 3 are 1, 3, and 5. 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 3, that's 4. Remaining digits in column 8 are 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, 7, 8. Okay, no 3 here, no 5, 8 are here because of the 3 and the 5, 8 in the rows. No 7 here because of 7 in the row. The first 4 digits here add up to 22, and we don't have a 7 available. So that means we have to have, where is 1 in column 7? 1 can't be here because of 1's in the boxes, so 1 has to be one of these. Can't be 1 here because of 1 in the row, so this is 1 here. Then the remaining 2 digits must add up to 22 minus 4 and 1, which is 5, which makes this an 8 and 9 pair. So this has to be 8 and 9 here to add up to 22 with the 4 and the 1. That leaves 5 and 6 remaining in the rest of the column. This can't be 5 because of 5 in the row, so this is 6, which makes that 5. We didn't even check that. Does that work? Oh, the first 6 digits add up to 25. So this is 10, 22. So that means that must be a 3 here. So this is 3, which makes this 7. This cannot be 7 here or 3, so this becomes a 5-8 pair, which eliminates 5, 8 in the rest of the box. This can't be 8, it's 9, which leaves that as 8. 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 6 and 9. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 2 and 7. Remaining digits in this right central box are 4, 7, 9. No 9 here, no 4 here, no 7 here because of the respective digits in their rows. Remaining digits in column 9 then have to be 2, 3, and 6. No 6 here because of no 3 here, and no 2 here because of the digits in the rows. Remaining digits of row 4. We have 1, 4, 7, 8. So obviously no 4 here because of 4 in the column. Row 5, we have 3, 6, 7, and 9. No 6 here, no 9 there. Row 6, we have 2, 4, 5, 9. So no 2 here, no 4 there. Row 9. Let's figure this out. Can this ever be a 1? If this is 1, this is at maximum 5 and 8. So remember, these 4 add up to 16. So if this is 1, this is 5 and 8 at most. That's 13. Plus 5 is 18 only at most. So if this were 1, it can only add up to 18, so therefore that's not possible. Therefore, this must be 7 and 8. We have a 7-8 pair in this column, and these are guaranteed to be the 7 and 8. So that's 15 plus 4 is 19. 20 minus 19 is 1. So this is 1, which means this can't be 1. There's no 1 here. This 7-8 pair eliminates 7 and 8 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 8, it's 2. No 2 here, no 7 here. 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 3, which makes this 6, which makes that 2. Remaining digits of row 9 are 1, 3, and 9. 1 obviously can't be here. It's 3 or 9. Remaining digits of column 3 are 3, 5, 6, and 9, and this cannot be 3 or 9 because of 3 or 9 in the row. So 1 and 2 could only add up to 3. So therefore, this cannot be 1 and 3 together. We have to have a guaranteed 9 here. So to add up to 9, it has to be 5 and 6 with it. So it has to be 6 with 3 and 9. So this becomes a 3-9 pair, which forces this to be 1. 3 and 6 add up to 9. This is a 1 to 2 ratio without a 6 or 3 or 1 or 2 available, so it must be 4 and 8. And 4 here eliminates 4 in the rest of the row, so that's 8. This is 4. 6 eliminates 6 here. So this is a 3-9 pair, which eliminates 3 and 9 in the rest of the column. This can't be 9. It's 5. No 5 here. No 5 here. We have a 4-9 pair in the row, which means this can't be 4 or 9. It's 2. 1 eliminates 1 here, so this can't be 1. Where is the 1 in row 4? It must be there. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 9. Which eliminates 9 here, so it's 3 and 9. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 5 and 3. This can't be 3 or 9. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 3. 3 or 9 eliminates 3 or 9 there, so it's 7, which makes this 9, which makes that 4, which makes that 7. So this has to be 8. This is 4. This is 6. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 7 and 8. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 5 and 8, which leaves the remaining digits as 7 and 5. And that's how you solve this. Pretty nice interactions here. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. It's fairly straightforward. There's no real tricky execution on these. Um, yeah, overall, just a pretty nice puzzle set. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.